Stop dreaming of a perfect life and start living like you're awake. That's the message I'm burning to share, not as some distant guru, but as someone who's been tangled in the illusions of modern life, chasing shadows, comparing myself to polished facades, and waiting for a tomorrow that never arrives. We live in a world that looks advanced but traps us in spiritual quicksand. We measure ourselves against fake images, postpone our dreams for a vague someday, and chase a perfection painted by others. But life doesn't pause for you to get it together. It shifts when you do, when you stop, not to quit, but to turn inward, to the only thing you can truly control, yourself. As a Stoic, I've learned the world can't be tamed, but my mind can. On my YouTube channel, WisdomWavesAura, I dive deep into these ideas, and today, I'm sharing 10 Stoic lessons to ignite your courage, spark resilience, and transform your life from within. These aren't fluffy words, they're a call to action. Let's dive in. Happiness isn't out there waiting to be grabbed. The world screams at you to chase more success, more likes, more stuff, but Stoic philosophy slices through the noise with a truth we too often ignore. True happiness comes from how you think, not what you have. Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor who wrestled with the same human struggles we face, wrote, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." This isn't poetry, it's a battle cry. Your inner world, not your circumstances, is where your life happens. You can be in chaos and still find peace. You can lose everything and stay whole. How? By disciplining your mind, grounding your values, and refusing to let external noise define your worth. Focusing on yourself isn't selfish, it's essential. When you pour energy into impressing others or fitting their molds, you lose who you are. But when you channel that energy inward, understanding your emotions, challenging your doubts, sharpening your character, you build something unbreakable. It's not easy. It takes guts to sit with discomfort instead of dodging it, to stop blaming the world and start owning your choices. Stoicism demands you act, even when you're not ready, training your mind like a warrior preps for battle, not with rage, but with calm, focus, and relentless discipline. Change doesn't wait for life to get easier. It starts when you stop waiting and start working on yourself. You can't control if people treat you fairly, if plans succeed, or if the future unfolds as hoped. But you can control your response, your habits, your mindset, the story you tell yourself daily. That's where happiness lives, not in the outcome, but in the effort, not in applause, but in integrity. When your thoughts are clear and your actions align with your values, you find a peace no external wind can match. It's quiet but unshakable, steady through any storm. So focus inward, not to hide from the world, but to lead yourself through it. Force yourself to act with purpose, and change begins, not overnight, but from within. Subscribe to WisdomWavesAura for more insights on living with intention. We say yes to things we dread, events we don't care about, burdens that aren't ours, because we're scared of being disliked or misunderstood. But saying no isn't selfish, it's knowing who you are. Epictetus, a Stoic who rose from slavery to wisdom, said, "If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid about external things." Living by your principles in a world obsessed with people-pleasing is rebellion. It's strength born from self-awareness. Saying no doesn't reject the world, it chooses you. It protects your energy, your values, your time. Every careless yes chips away at your soul, leaving you stretched thin, bitter, directionless. But every intentional no is a powerful yes to focus, clarity, peace. It's not about closing doors but opening the right ones. Yes, it's hard. You'll disappoint people. You'll face pushback. But isn't betraying yourself worse? Living for others' approval trades your chance at meaning for fleeting nods. Saying no reclaims your story, making you someone your future self respects, not just agreeable, but real, grounded, free. Next time pressure builds to nod and comply, pause, breathe, and remember, you're here to live true to yourself. Check out WisdomWavesAura for tips on setting boundaries with confidence. Every morning, when you make your bed with full presence, tugging sheets tight, smoothing wrinkles, aligning pillows, you're not just tidying. You're training your mind, grounding your spirit. This small act, done with intention, rebels against chaos. It says, I'm here. I'm in control. I choose how I show up. In a world of distraction and numbness, this is radical. Stoicism teaches that while outcomes are beyond your grasp, your approach to every moment is your power. Don't chase applause or results, only act itself. When you show up fully, you reclaim your life. It's tempting to fixate on external wins, a promotion, a perfect body, a fat bank account. But Marcus Aurelius, despite ruling an empire, urged, waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. Being good, strong, true means infusing even tiny acts with soul. That's what builds character, what makes you unshakable. Focusing inward doesn't mean escaping the world, it means fortifying yourself against it. Act like a human with purpose, not a machine chasing deadlines. Wash dishes like it matters. Write emails with care. Speak to the cashier like they're the only person in the room. These aren't beneath you, they forge you. Your daily actions are your soul on display. Numbly checking boxes abandons your power, but infusing tasks with meaning brings depth to your world. You become someone others trust because you're not drifting, you're choosing, over and over. Change doesn't need a grand breakthrough, just commitment. Stop waiting to feel ready. Act now, with your whole heart, and build a life aligned with your truth. Wisdom Waves Aura dives deeper into living with purpose. Subscribe for more. It's not the world's noise that steals your peace, it's the chaos in your mind. We think we need a quiet retreat to find clarity, but the Stoics knew silence isn't a place, it's a discipline. True transformation starts when you stop running from your thoughts. Most aren't afraid of silence, they're scared of what it reveals, fears, regrets, untapped potential. But that's where growth begins. In stillness, you hear what matters. Strip away social media's roar, the chase for approval, and you're left with your reason, the core of Stoic thought. Marcus Aurelius wrote to himself, not others. Epictetus taught that events don't matter as much as how you interpret them. Seneca urged retreating inward, not to escape, but to engage life fiercely. Cultivating silence isn't doing nothing, it's creating space. 5 minutes daily, no phone, no noise, just you. Let thoughts surface. Face them without judgment. That's how you master yourself, becoming calm in chaos, clear in purpose. Real change roots in silence, not noise. Force yourself to be still, and strength is born. Wisdom Waves Aura explores mindfulness practices. Join us to learn more. You say you want change, but are you acting like it? Time is your most precious resource, not money, not connections. Every night you scroll social media for 2 hours, you're throwing away over 700 hours a year. Nearly a month gone for what? Cheap laughs. Watching others live your dreams. Seneca warned, it's not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it. Time slips away quietly, but its loss screams in regret, what you could have done, who you could have become. Are you building your life or dodging the work to change it? Focusing on yourself means investing your best hours in who you want to be, not distractions. Force yourself to act, especially when it's hard. The Stoics didn't wait for the right mood, they acted, hour by hour. That's how change happens. Your time is valuable, and choosing to spend it here with Wisdom Waves Aura means you're seeking something deeper. If this resonates, like, subscribe, and keep building momentum with us. We wait for motivation, but it's a fleeting spark. The Stoics had no patience for waiting, they knew life's too short to hesitate. Jocko Willink, a Navy SEAL turned author, wakes at 4:30 a.m. daily, not because he feels like it, but because he's chosen to own his time. No fanfare, just brutal consistency. He says, discipline equals freedom. It frees you from regret, chaos, and being a slave to emotions. Discipline is the bridge between who you are and who you could be. Anyone can act when they feel good. Greatness comes from moving forward when you feel nothing. A writer who writes daily, uninspired or not, has a draft in a year. Another, waiting for a muse, is still stuck. Discipline starts small, a 5-minute walk, 1 sentence a day. Tiny habits compound into massive change. Stop waiting for permission or perfect conditions. Your will must outmuscle your mood. Discipline is power, and Wisdom Waves Aura is here to help you harness it. Subscribe for more. We carry a mental cage built from others' opinions, hesitating to act because we fear judgment. Marcus Aurelius wondered why we value others' views over our own. Your duty is to live with reason and virtue, not to chase applause. Focusing on yourself is essential, not selfish. Every time you shrink your dreams to fit others' comfort, you betray your growth. The life you want doesn't need a committee's approval. Act despite fear, and you reclaim your agency. Seneca wrote, "It's not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, that is poor." Craving validation bankrupts your spirit. Define your worth by your principles, and you become unshakable. Start that project, share that idea, chase what stirs you. Let others talk, their words fade, but your life endures. Wisdom Waves Aura dives into breaking free from judgment. Join us. Comfort is a slow killer, lulling you into stillness. Growth demands struggle. Your body grows stronger through strain, not rest. That 6 a.m. workout's exhaustion isn't a signal to stop, it's proof you're fighting for a better you. Discomfort isn't the enemy, it's the forge of resilience. You don't act after becoming fearless, you act despite fear. That's stoic strength. Embrace the small battles, waking early, saying no, speaking up. Simplicity is a weapon. Strip life to its essentials, and you find your power. The thing you avoid most, hard talks, new habits, big changes, is your path. Freedom lies beyond resistance. Don't pray for an easier life, pray for the strength to face a harder one. Share your next step in the comments on Wisdom Waves Aura. What discomfort will you tackle today? Your inner voice is your compass or your cage. I can't. I'm too tired. I'll start tomorrow. These aren't thoughts, they're commands you obey. Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Your reactions stem from the words you feed yourself. Most accept negativity as truth, but it's a habit you can rewrite. When you think, "I'm not ready," pause. Ask, "Is this useful? Does it serve me?" Replace it with truth, "I don't feel ready, but I'll act anyway." This isn't fake positivity, it's choosing a voice that calls you forward. You're not your thoughts, you're the one who hears them. Talk to yourself with honesty, not cruelty. Change your dialogue, and you change your life. Wisdom Waves Aura explores mastering your mind. Subscribe for more. John died at 35, not tragically, but because life doesn't follow plans. Yet he lived fully, awake, not rushing, treating each day as a gift. He pursued meaningful work, loved fiercely, tried, failed, and tried again. Compare that to someone at 80, breathing but empty, having postponed life for decades. The tragedy isn't dying young, it's never living. Stoicism reminds us life is short, not to scare us, but to wake us. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You could leave life right now." Let that determine what you do, say, and think. This isn't morbid, it's urgent. You won't change by accident. Stop waiting for perfect conditions. Act now, with clarity. Focus isn't selfish, it's essential. Say no to noise, distractions, the illusion of endless tomorrows. Build your life, hour by hour. John didn't wait, and neither should you. Live deeply, now, because it matters. Wisdom Waves Aura is your guide to living with urgency. Subscribe and start today. These stoic lessons aren't for theorizing, they're for living. You don't need to overhaul your life overnight. Pick one thing, discipline, a small act, and do it consistently. Focus sharpens. Discipline compounds. Your life transforms from within. Start now, not tomorrow. Act, even in small steps, and build a life true to you. Thank you for joining me on Wisdom Waves Aura. Like, subscribe, and let's keep growing together. Take care of your mind, your choices, your peace. That's real strength. Stay well.